Hello and welcome to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Elizabeth, and on this channel we talk about building your spiritual confidence so you can listen to your intuition and read your tarot cards with ease. And today we are going to be talking about my wrap up for the November challenge, and I can't wait to show it to you. November's topic was find your purpose, and you can see here I've got my sheet here with all my cards that I pulled. But my most exciting news is I have another addition to the workbook, which are here, and these are the daily reading sheets. And I just had this brainwave about what I wanted to do with the reading sheets. I had sort of played around, and there was originally a reading sheet in there that I spent quite a lot of time putting together, and then I started using it and went, nah, I want something that's tick box. So when I spin the camera around, I will show you that it is now a part of the tarot planner or tarot journal for the Assorted Day challenge. If you purchased it previous to me putting this journal together, then it will have been sent out to you in your Etsy messages. So go to your Etsy messages. It's sitting there as a link for you to download and have. If you of course, if you haven't purchased the planner, you don't get sent it. But I went all the way back through and I found everybody who had purchased, and I put the pages in a little link that you can click on and go and pick up. So if you're looking at this video thinking, oh yeah, the challenge, hey, I didn't get those pages. Well, you've got them. For those of you who are new and are thinking, I want those pages, pop across to my Etsy shop. I'll put the link in the comments for you so you can go and purchase the pages if you would like them. I also have a free link to join the challenge, which means that if in the future I have any new pages for you, I will put those out into the email, because I'm starting to think now that as I'm doing the challenge, I mean, there was so much building to the challenge before I actually got to a point where I was actually actively doing it with all of you, that I hadn't really got to a point where I'd put something together that I felt really confident with for you to do your end of month summary. So I'll have that available for you, for those of you who've purchased the planner, and maybe I might even put it in as a freebie for those of you who haven't, and then it'll get added into the planner pages when I've designed it, because I'm starting to get into a bit of the swing of what I think is good in terms of putting together an end of month summary. So rather than me sitting here carrying on about what I've done and what I haven't done and all of that, I think we might spin the camera around and I will show you my journal, and I will show you the pages and show you what happened for me in November. See you soon. So this is my journal. Now, I have done a video that takes you all the way through the journal, so I'm not going to waste time taking you through it now. But I'm going to take you into here, into November, and just show you, this is my month's tarot readings, and you can see here that I've recorded all my cards using these groovy symbols that I use in all my journals. And you may like to use these symbols, or you might want to use different ones. And then I did my little summary, which I'll talk about in a minute, and then I used my daily reading cards. Now, reading sheets. I am so excited about these. I love reading them and using them. And I got into this rhythm of using a different pen for every single page so that I could see, like, this is a swords card, this is a pentacles card, a wand, a pentacle, and you can see I've used different colored pens to fill out all the little bits. So I've done some slight alterations to the daily reading sheet. It is now available in the journal. So if you haven't purchased the journal, when you purchase it, this will come and there's the journal, and then there's a separate file that says bonus sheets. And this one is available inside that little section. And I've sort of set it up separately like that so that if I think of anything else I want to add, I can just add it in for you really easily. These sheets I tend to print separately. These are in A5 size, but they're made in A4 size, but you can reduce them down to A5 size using your printer. I tend to print onto the size of paper that I want. I find that's the easiest way to do it, particularly if you want to keep the order of the journal going. Of course, I haven't provided you with 31 copies of this. I think I've given you 2 of these so that you can bring down 2 and say print front and back, and then you just do the number of copies that you need for a month or whatever you decide to do. I would advise you to print as you go. Don't waste ink. It's not worth it. So the idea of the reading card, a reading sheet, is you put your symbol for today's card, what's the element, what's the astrology, are there planets associated, or is it the ace or the page, which isn't on there because I realised when I pulled an ace or a page, I was like, oh, but they rule space, not time. That's not going to work. So I put a space for them. Any symbols that might jump out at you when you're reading your cards, which of course makes it nice for when you're summarising everything at the end of the month to go back and look at your symbols. But of course, I love to put all my cards out. I just lay them all out and look at the symbols. I love doing that. It just, you look at everything that you pulled for the month and you just think, what's standing out for me? Colours. And again, I didn't put black and grey and white, grey and black, trust me. The orientation of the cards. Some of you read reverse cards. I don't, but some of you do, so that's there. The topic for the month, the question, today's notes, and of course I have to write in teeny tiny writing because it's in A5. But if it's in A4, those lines are a lot wider for you to write on. And of course, if you are when you're writing, I don't want you to write a lot, which is why I just put this little section here. If you want to write more, you can attach a lined page, but or I've got some dot grid actually that sits on the back of this that's also available in the journal, that you can print this and then have dot grid on the back if you want to. I would prefer you write less than more. Reason being, unless of course you've got loads of time, I want you to stick at reading every single day. And it might be that you do all your reading and then you go back and analyse your cards once a month because you just haven't got enough time to do both the reading of the cards and the analysis. And I understand that. This is about you looking at the cards in all kinds of different ways, which, you can't sit here and go over these cards over and over and over and over and expect it to stick. There's 78 of them. They need to start to sort of, by osmosis, start to blend and you form a relationship with them and come up with, of course, accepting the traditional meanings of the cards, but coming up with a meaning that makes sense to you. So keywords, the date and the day, the season, the weather, the Sabbat, the moon phase, and my apologies to those of you in Southern Hemisphere. These might be sort of around the wrong way. I've put them in the traditional order because I just couldn't fit both Southern and Northern Hemisphere. So you'll have to just make do. I have got a little key sheet that comes along with the daily reading sheet, and I will remember next time I do one of these videos to show it to you, that shows you what the phases are, so you'll know what the phases are. And I'm yet to do a video on how to do a moon phase calendar. all these videos I have to do. Every time I start talking, I think, oh gosh, that's something else I need to teach you, and something else I need to teach you, and something else I need to teach you. So it's all coming. So please like, subscribe, and hit that notifications bell, and better still, join my newsletter list. In fact, do both. Then you won't miss any uploads, because I always send out a notification through my newsletter list to let you know that my uploads are happening. But it's good if you can also like and subscribe to the channel, because it helps my support my channel and helps more people to see my work. The zodiac, how are you feeling? And I thought this is all about, the tarot is so tightly connected to emotion. How you're feeling, how you're connecting with the emotion of the person that you are reading for. And so what better thing to do than to record your mood. Also record where you feel your energy in your chakra centers. And coming in December, I'm going to do a little bit more with that using a chakra oracle. And then today I notice, which is just a little spot to put anything, whether you're grateful for something, whether you're annoyed about something, whether you found a feather, any of those things that you might want to record down there. And of course, then the next page is the same. And you can see here, I've done all of these. I took a lot of the green out because when I came to print it, I was just like, oh, it looks so green. And so I tried to minimize some of the ink anyway. But of course, you know, it's nice to have color. It's lovely to have color. If you can't print in color and you can only print in black and white, then you should be able to print this in black and white, and it should be okay to use. You might have to get some colored pen and sort of put your colors in, but other than that, you should be pretty right to use these pages. So that is November in terms of my daily reading sheets, and you'll see these in December. I'm going to use the new ones. So here are my notes about what happened in November. And I did my all my readings here. I use colored pens. I love the Frixxion pens, these ones here. And I use these mainly because if I make a mistake, you can just rub it out. There's no space, especially if you're using A5 size pages. There's just no space for error. You can't chop, you can't cross things out. So why not use modern technology and use rub out pens? So these are also available. I've got a link to these in my Amazon shop. So I'll put a link to that in the description, as well as a link to this planner. You can purchase this planner and the pages all come along with it. So if you're thinking, I really, really want this planner, this planner to do my daily readings, you can have it. And don't forget to register for the challenge. Connect with your deck.com/challenge, and you will receive emails that will take you through the training of all of the monthly challenges. So this is November, and I noticed that I pulled a lot of Cups cards and Pentacles cards. So they really took my attention for this month. So repeating cards, King of Cups and Four of Pentacles. And here we are in my, oh, whoops. I wonder if that's significant. King of Cups repeated and Four of Pentacles. And I've only talked about the Four of Pentacles. Well, that was a bit silly, wasn't it? All right, well, I had maybe King of Cups just didn't mean anything for me in November. I don't know. I'll have to go away and think about what that means. Anyway, Four of Pentacles times 2, which is this card here for those of you who are new and want to be able to visualize the card. So Four of Pentacles is about, 4 is about reliability and stability. And the Four of Pentacles is about being too grounded, too reliable, too stable, too risk averse. You're hanging on to everything. You're too worried about loss. And so I've put here too much stability and fear of the unknown, too controlling and too contained. So for me, that was starting to think about, well, if I'm thinking about find your purpose, it's about me maybe not putting myself out there like I could. Repeating numbers. We had 9 of wands, and 9 of pentacles. So we had, and I just find these by laying out looking at my results, and of course using the different colors makes it so easy to see straight away swords or wands and look for those repeating cards. So we've got 9 of wands and 9 of pentacles. So 9 of wands is about, to me, this is the boundaries card. You're battle worn. You've had stuff happen. And you've set up a boundary and you're getting ready to step back out in the world, forearmed and forewarned, knowing that if you let your guard down, you might get hurt. And that doesn't mean to say you're not going to participate in life, but you're going to do so with a different kind of energy. So that's your 9 of wands. 9 of pentacles. This is your success card. This is your reflection on success. You're having a fabulous time in a garden of abundance, the grapes. You're taking your time. Here's the snail. And you're walking around like Lady Muck with your beautiful bird on your hand, which looks like actually a bird of prey on the glove. So she's actually, this is about success and abundance and being able to go out and get what you want. So if we're looking at 9 is expansion and awareness. So this is your expansion card. This is your awareness card. Then 6 is balance and stability. So we've got 6 of pentacles and 6 of cups. So we're looking at readjusting the balance in the 6 of pentacles. So rich man, poor people. He's giving money to the poor people to readjust the balance. Here, we're looking at not just being in our present or stepping towards our future, but in this card, this is about family and reflection on the past. We've got the castle and the farmhouse. Where have you been? Where are you going? Growing up and looking back on childhood. And looking back on childhood with compassion. So I've written down here, sharing, compassion, creating a positive shift, but on reflection of experience from the past is my sense of meaning of those cards. Are there any meaningful symbols? And this is where it was fun actually this month because I went through these sheets and I looked at all my symbols that I'd written down that had meaning for me. And of course, I always use Waite symbolism. I actually, for those of you who've been following me reading, you would know that I use these cards and these gorgeous, gorgeous cards from the Light Seers Tarot, which, the meaning in these cards is absolutely beautiful. But I always use Rider-Waite-Smith because I know some of you are learning, and Rider-Waite-Smith is a brilliant deck to learn from in the beginning because it's so universal. And most decks follow this system of this deck. So I had Pentacles, I had the Crown, the Yellow Sky, Blue Sky, the Black Cape, Cups and Water, Throne and Fish. And this was a really good way for me to reflect on intuitively what did I pick up from the cards, and also just to reflect on their meaning, because it means that it just helps me to get deeper into my knowledge of the cards. So if you want deeper symbolism, I have a colouring book that you can use that has a black and white picture of the tarot card, and then on the other side a full A4 page going into very deep understanding of the symbolism of the Rider-Waite-Smith. Or there is my tarot symbolism cheat sheets, which I'll also put a link to for you to have a look at. Then I looked at keywords, and the keywords here is the keywords that I wrote down on each card. And I also record these in the back so that I start to get, and this all comes in your journal, I start to get a library of words that are reflective of each one of the tarot cards. And when I've gone all the way through, I will most likely make all of my words that I've written that have had meaning for me for each one of the tarot cards. I'll have those available for you at the very end. So keywords and themes that stand out for you. These were the ones that I used most. I then talked about my overall message that you can see in the cards. So the overall message from the cards was the stability and stability, balance and reliability. Four of Pentacles, Six of Cups, Six of Pentacles. Need to make way for expansion and awareness. Nine of Pentacles and Nine of Wands. So my keyword message, which comes from here, and my sense of the meaning of the cards, is my purpose is to share my success, abundance, and energy through creatively teaching the tarot. What action will you take to move forward? Continuing to work on my passion, which is, of course, teaching you the tarot. It's one thing I love. It's one of the things I love doing. Not everything, but I do love doing that. So looking at the overall idea of this is this idea of not holding back. Like that was what really, really stood out for me. If I look at the cards, not holding back, these cards that sort of came out as repetitive cards, not holding back, you know, not holding back too much and being too scared to step out, recognizing there's abundance there for me, reflecting on what I've learnt, and being aware that, you know, part of being a really good teacher is creating that shift. Creating that shift in terms of recognizing that, you know, there's things to be learnt. When I was online in the past, I had lots of things to learn, let me tell you. And that's brought me to my abundance now and my purpose now. And recognizing that as I, you know, this is a teaching card, this is a sharing card, that I can come into my abundance being aware of my past, and not being too scarred by it. So that's looking at the cards and doing a little reading, and then that's it. So I am going to do a sheet for you that has these particular has a like a worksheet that uses this particular process to analyze your cards based on the data that you come up with here. And that will be coming in the coming weeks. I'm still sort of thinking about what that's going to look like. But when it's available, it will definitely be available for people who buy the journal new. And make sure you join my Connect with Your Deck challenge. I'll put the link to join the challenge in the description box so that when I've actually made those pages, I'll make them available to you. Because look, I went back through when I put these new ones in and I messaged everybody. So if you don't have these pages, make sure you go to your Etsy messenger, because they're sitting there waiting for you. I sell all my journals through Etsy, and so if I do an adjustment or something, I go back through if I possibly can, and I let everybody know, and I send out the new pages to them. So the new pages are sitting there waiting for you to download. But for those of you buying the journal from now on, the pages will definitely be in there. I've sold so many now. I think in future, if I make any adjustments to this journal, it'll be sent out to people on the newsletter list attached to this particular planner for the challenge. So if you haven't registered for the challenge, make sure that you do so that you don't miss out on the goodies that come as a result of being part of my community. So that's it from me to today. I hope you've really, really enjoyed looking at my interpretation for November and seeing the new daily reading page. Next month is is Tarot or Oracle. Choose your challenge, which is here. Hang on. We're getting to the end. I haven't changed. Oh, and then I'll have to show you how to do a yearly summary. But I probably won't do that until I get right through to the end. So I started in August, so I'll probably be rolling back around to the very beginning. And I will be starting in January and keeping on going until I catch up to August, where was it July? I think it might have been July or August where I started. So I'll be doing December, and then right at the very end, we'll do a yearly summary, and I'll show you how you summarize everything and get a sense of what happened in your 365 days of reading. And as I said, if you miss days, don't worry. Just do your best to catch up. You can always go round again for a second year and keep filling in the days you've missed. So that's it from me, and I will see you in the next video. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.